The inheritor. If you're not already rich, this one's not for you. The window's closed. The inheritor didn't work hard or take big risks. They just got lucky. Like cosmic lottery level lucky. They were born into money, straight up spawned from a rich person's balls. No grind, no strategy, just boom. Welcome to life with beachfront property and a private chef. It's like winning the lottery without even knowing a lottery existed, and then being annoyed your driver took the long way home. Now, sure, people love to say, well, actually, it's not that easy. They'll argue that growing up with everything handed to you can screw you up, makes you soft, kills motivation, makes money feel like monopoly cash. And yeah, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe, but let's be real. It's hard to feel too bad for someone complaining about a lack of purpose while they're teeing off on hole 7 with a Rolex tan line and a mimosa in hand. Even if you've got existential dread, it probably hits a bit softer when you're driving a Lambo to your 18-hole golf session on a Tuesday morning. The average Joe. Now, this path to getting rich really depends on two things: how you define rich and how fast you want to get there. If your version of rich is yachts and penthouses, this probably isn't it. But if rich means financial stability, owning a house, and not crying when you check your bank balance, then yeah, this could work. The average Joe plays it safe. He goes to school, follows the rules, maybe stresses over math class more than he should. Then he heads off to college, racks up a student loan or two, maybe does an unpaid internship where he learns how to fix the printer and get coffee, but eventually he lands his first real job with a salary and benefits and starts the long climb. Over the next 40 years, Joe chips away at that ladder promotion by promotion, tax return by tax return. He might not get rich fast, but he gets richer slowly, steadily, safely. And somewhere along the way, he buys a house, maybe gets a 401k, takes a few family vacations to places with all-inclusive buffets, and slowly builds a life that's comfortable, predictable, and secure. By the time he hits 65 and retires, the average American who followed this path has a net worth of around $1.8 million. That's not yacht money, but it's not nothing either. That's enough to live well, sleep soundly, and maybe even spoil the grandkids a little. It's the long game, but it works. Meme coin millionaire. You're 16. It's late, like way too late for a school night late. You're in bed, lights off, half asleep, when your phone buzzes with a message from your mate. Bro, buy this coin now. You squint at the screen, open the link, and see the name Boner. You laugh. Of course, it's called Boner. Every stupid coin has some degenerate name, and somehow that makes you trust it more. You think about it for 2 seconds, shrug, and chuck in $100. This same guy got you into Fart Rocket a few weeks back, and you actually made lunch money off it, so why not? You press confirm, toss your phone on the charger, and jump into bed. Fast forward a month. You're scrolling, like you do every day. Thumbnail pops up on your feed. A finance bro in a tank top says, "Yo, not financial advice, but Boner just rose 69% overnight. I'm fully erect. Fully invest." You blink. Wait, Boner? That rings a bell. Did I buy that? You open your crypto app, half laughing at the idea. You dig through your dusty little portfolio of forgotten trash coins, and there it is. Boner. You tap into the chart, and it's not just up, it's vertical. Green candles like skyscrapers. You refresh it just to make sure it's real. The number updates. You stare. Your $100 isn't worth $120. It's not even a couple grand. It's $4 million. You sit there, slack-jawed, feeling like you just accidentally won the internet. And then it hits you. You are now a multi-millionaire because you YOLO'd into a coin named after a penis. You've peaked. There's no topping this. So naturally, you do what every financially literate teenage crypto genius does when faced with life-changing wealth. You immediately buy an M4. The entrepreneur. You've tried it all. Drop shipping, failed after 3 months. A clothing brand, launched it, hyped it, sold 3 hoodies, 2 to your mom. A TikTok growth agency, didn't even finish the website. But through every flop, every awkward pitch, and every time you checked your bank account and saw 2 digits, you stayed locked in. You just knew something would eventually click. Not out of blind optimism, but because the alternative made your skin crawl. The idea of going to college, racking up student debt, and sitting in the same office chair for 40 years slowly rotting under fluorescent lights. Nah, not for you. You'd rather starve chasing something real than be fed doing something dead. So you sacrifice stability. You ditch the comfort of a guaranteed paycheck, cut costs wherever you can, and start living on 2-minute noodles and black coffee. You work from a crusty laptop in your bedroom, teaching yourself code from YouTube tutorials and hacking away at random startup ideas until one of them sticks. And finally, it does. You launch an app that lets people communicate with their dog. Whether or not it actually works, debatable, but the marketing slaps, the downloads go up, and a big tech company noticed. Suddenly, you've got an offer. $2 million. Just like that. Out of nowhere. After all the late nights, after all the failed side hustles and ramen dinners, you did it. You made it. You're free. You could chill now. You could take a vacation, maybe buy something dumb and shiny, but you don't, because the win isn't the money, it's the grind. The OnlyFans chick. Now, this one might be the riskiest play on the list, because if you fail at OnlyFans, there's no soft landing, no polite fallback. You don't just brush it off and slide quietly into a normal job interview. Nah, if this flops, you've literally posted your naked body on the internet for no money, forever. Like rock bottom kind of stuff. You are the bottom of the barrel and the barrel is leaking. It's the modern version of putting all your chips on one hand in poker, except the poker table is public and your grandma might see. But let's be real, it's not all doom. There's big upside. The top 1% of creators are printing money. People like Sophie Rain, she reportedly made more last year than any player in the NBA, and that's the NBA. Dunking, sponsorships, primetime games, and she still out-earned them by dropping spicy content from her living room. So yeah, it's risky, but it's also insanely lucrative if you win. Here's the catch, though. Making real money on OnlyFans isn't just about looks. It's marketing, branding, constant content creation, fan engagement, paid DMs, emotional manipulation, and somehow still finding time to moisture. To make more than $20,000 a month, you've got to be in the top 1% of all creators in the world. That's Olympic-level digital hustling. And for the other 99%, they put themselves out there raw and unfiltered, and the internet just collectively shrugs and goes, nah, we're good. The NPC. The NPC is the silent grinder. No flash, no flex, just pure discipline. You go to school, head down, do what you're told, then call it. Not because you're chasing a dream, but because it's what people do. You graduate, step right into a job, and from there, it's game on. You work every day, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 7 days a week. You don't complain, you don't party, you don't chase dopamine or spend money trying to impress people who don't care. You just work quietly, relentlessly. Your life runs on routine. You never eat out unless it's with a coupon. All your clothes come from Temu or the discount rack at Target. You budget like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. Every dollar has a purpose. Every unnecessary purchase is a betrayal of the mission. You're not trying to live your best life in your 20s. You're trying to buy freedom. And here's the twist. After 15, maybe 20 years of this, you do it. You actually do it. By age 40, you're debt-free, mortgage-free, and your investments quietly spit out enough cash each year to cover your simple, intentional lifestyle. You don't live in a mansion, you don't drive a Tesla, but you don't have a boss either. You live in a small, paid-off home, and your days are your own. You read books, you play video games, you go on long walks without checking the clock. Wait, you're rich. You're 23. You're hot, like really hot. You've got runway cheekbones, 300K followers, and a skincare routine that costs more than most people's rent. And now you're engaged to the love of your life, a charming, wise, slightly older gentleman. He's 75, he has stage 4 cancer, and he calls you Angel, even though he forgets your name sometimes. When people ask why you're marrying him, you smile sweetly and say, because I love him. Age is just a number. And technically, so is a bank balance. Everyone around you knows exactly what's going on. His friends know, his nurses know, the waiter at your engagement dinner definitely knows. But you keep the act tight. When his adult children pull you aside and mention his $100 million estate, you widen your eyes and gasp like you just found out Santa Claus is real. Oh my God, I had no idea. Cue Oscar-worthy performance. They roll their eyes, you roll with it. This is a strategy that technically can't fail if you get to the finish line. No business risk, no taxes, no startup capital. The asset is already acquired. You're not investing, you're inheriting. But let's not pretend it's easy. You can't just Google how to find a dying billionaire. There's no blueprint, no mentorship group, no rich elderly men accelerator on YouTube. And when the will's signed, the final breath is taken, and the dust settles, congrats, you just pulled off one of the oldest wealth-building plays in the book. It's not glamorous, it's not ethical, but damn, it's effective. Just don't mess it up by crying too hard at the funeral. You've got a yacht party to plan. The gambler. You walk into the casino, nerves buzzing, palms slightly sweaty, and the odds fully stacked against you. You hear the siren call of your favorite game, roulette. You make your way to the table, you slap your $100 down and pick black. The wheel spins, the ball clacks, everyone watches, and boom, black. You're at $200. Most people would pocket the win. Most people would walk. But you're not most people. You double down. Black again. $200 becomes $400. Your hands are shaking now, not from fear, but from something worse. Momentum. You feel it. The table's hot. You repeat the process again and again. $400 to $800, $800 to $1,600. Before you know it, you've got people gathering around watching this lunatic casually pressing his entire stack onto black every single time. The crowd's growing, murmuring with each spin. You're not just gambling now, you're putting on a show. $100 turns into over $800,000. You've done it. You've beaten the house in a way that shouldn't even be statistically possible. 13 blacks in a row. The table is silent now. The dealer looks at you like you've summoned dark forces. You're sweating through your shirt. The pit boss is suddenly way too interested in your next move. And still, you can't stop. You can't walk away now, not when black's been hitting like a drum beat straight from the gods. You push your entire stack forward, over $800K riding on one last spin. Everyone's holding their breath. The wheel starts turning again. The ball spins, bounces, hits the little diamond ridge with a sickening click, and dances around the edge. Your vision narrows. It feels like slow motion. It clinks, then drops. Black again. You just turned $100 into over $1 million. Your head is spinning. You've somehow bent probability to your will. And this time, you leave. You take your chips, your luck, your shaky hands, and you cash out. Just like that, your life has changed forever. You walk out of the casino a millionaire, the influencer. You start off posting cringe TikToks from your bedroom, lip sync, trends, fake story times, whatever gets views. At first, it's just your cousin and a few bots liking your stuff. But you keep at it. Slowly, the numbers go up, you build a following. One day, you wake up and brands are in your inbox. Your first deal? A print-on-demand t-shirt company selling knockoff Kermit the Frog. The shirts suck. They're thin, shrink in the wash, and feel like cardboard. But you make a post hyping it up as limited edition, high-quality streetwear, and somehow it works. You clear $10,000 from a single video. From there, it's easy. You keep posting, keep growing, keep promoting garbage products with a smile. Blue light glasses, fake supplements, drop-shipped everything. And honestly, you don't feel bad. If people are buying this stuff, that's on them. You're just playing the game and playing it well. One of one, being the best in the world at something, or even top 100 or 1,000, depending on how popular that specific thing is a sure way to make money. But there is a very big range here. Think about LeBron James, the GOAT of basketball. He made over $47 million in 2024 just from his NBA contract alone. Then he made another $70+ million from sponsorships and other things off the court. Think about that. Over $100 million in a single year just from being the greatest basketball player of all time. And no, Jordan isn't anywhere close. Now, for an activity like pool, let's take Efren Reyes, who is supposedly the best pool player. He has an estimated net worth of $2 million. Still great, but no $100 million in a single year. It all comes down to how much money these different sports generate and how much the individual can generate different brands. But the same goes for different activities like chess or poker.